of both artificial intelligence, so our automatic speech recognition engine, as well as human intelligence, our human transcribers as well, in order to get you guys faster, more accurate, in this case, caption files. So typically with Verbit, your captions will have a 24-hour turnaround time. So when you first make your captioning request with us, you'll be able to get that back within 1 business day. So what I want to show you next is a little bit about the Verbit workflow, and then to show you what our platform looks like. That way I can show you how to make those captioning requests on your own. All right, so how does the platform work? Within Verbit, we're able to get your files from multiple sources, whether it be a video file that's on your local computer, maybe a file you have stored on your Google Drive, or it's a video you have hosted in your YouTube account. So wherever it's hosted, we're able to grab it either locally or using a video URL, and I'll show you how to do both momentarily. And that'll put the file straight into the Verbit platform. So first, it's going to go to that automatic speech recognition engine for that first pass. Usually that's processed in about 10 minutes. And once we've done that first pass through, then our human transcribers are going to go ahead and make corrections to that AI. So you have 2 humans making corrections in order to get you a 99% accurate caption file. When they're done, you'll be able to either set up email notifications to let you know that the job's completed, or just check in the Verbit platform to see when it's been completed. Once ready, you'll be able to get a caption file or a transcript file, or both, just depending on your needs. And you'll be able to download that from the platform and then input it into your video. Are there any questions so far? I want to give you guys some time to ask a little bit before I jump into the platform itself.
I don't see any at this moment coming into the chat, so you can go ahead.
Perfect. So I'm going to jump out of the presentation and get straight into the platform itself. So what we see here is my test account. When you log in, you'll be able to see all of your department's jobs. So we can see here that I logged in as a member of the biology team here. So I'll see those jobs there, and I'll be able to see if there's any sort of what that profile is. That's all going to be the same for you. You don't have to worry there. Permissions just lets you know it's your department. And then you're also able to add labels. So this is really helpful if you teach multiple courses and need to upload videos for both courses. You can put a label saying this one's Bio 101. Maybe this course over here is going to be Bio 125. That way you can create some sort of folder structure within the platform. Next, you'll be able to see the status of that job, if it's in progress, if it's finished, and then what that creation date is, that finish date. And then the last one that's a little unique to Verbit would be this inaudible count. In order to help you out, if there's any words our transcribers aren't able to discern, rather than guess what that word is, we'll actually mark it as inaudible with a timestamp so that you'll be able to navigate quickly within the file over here and either remove those inaudibles, change them into what that word is, and make corrections that way. So what I want to show you first is how to upload jobs. You'll first navigate to the plus sign at the bottom here, and then you can either click the plus sign or you'll see this link upload option. These other bubbles are just my test account, so you won't see those in your instance. But let's show you what a manual upload looks like first. Let's click the plus sign here. And then what I could do is I can either drag or drop files, or I can click in, and then it'll navigate within my desktop itself. So let's look for an MP4 here. And we'll choose this file. You can also upload more files at once. So if you have 3 or 4 videos you want to upload at one time, you can upload more. You can also drag and drop whole folders here. And when ready, you'll hit upload. And this is where we'll go to our job settings. So you're not going to see profile. That's just for my test account here. Next would be add speaker names. You can add individual speaker names. If it's only one speaker, not important here. You can always skip over this area. Next is going to be add glossary. This is where you can add specific terminology or maybe abbreviations that are unique to your course. And you can go term by term here. And this will go straight to our transcribers just to have as notes. You can also add files. This is more commonly used than going term by term within the glossary. You can add your course syllabus here. You can add your slide deck as a PDF for the lecture. You can use a TXT version of a textbook or dictionary. Any material that may be helpful for our transcribers, you can provide to them in advance. They'll also do additional research on their side as well. So depending on the course material, our transcribers will make sure that they're capturing accurate spellings for you. You can also go ahead and add notes. This will go straight to those transcribers as well if there's any specifications you want to give them. And the last one is where you can add labels. So that's where I can say this is a Bio 125 and create a new label here. I'm ready. I'll go ahead and hit confirm. Once I hit confirm, I'll then be able to see that my job is now loading. It's a work in progress here. And then when it's completed, I'll get an email letting me know that my caption file is ready to go and to download. Any questions on that process?
Ron, I just want to add something. So once you do submit that, it will say waiting approval until I'm able to approve it. And then once it's approved, then it would say work in progress. And then once the progress is done, it would be finished.
Yep, exactly. So what I want to show next is, I understand a lot of you will be using YouTube to get videos. So one way that you can also get your videos into Verbit is via YouTube directly. So let me go to this video in YouTube here. And let's say this is my lecture. If I right-click on the video, I'll be able to choose this option to, let's do this one, copy video URL. So I'll get that URL copied. Just want to reiterate, it's the video URL, not the URL at the top here. So I'll go back to my files, I'll go to the plus, and I'll choose links upload this time. Where I can go here, I can paste that URL. I can also add multiple YouTube videos by adding one link per line, and then choosing add files. So what this is doing is it's going straight to YouTube, and you'll notice it pulls my file here, and I can upload through YouTube this way as well. And I'm just going to hit confirm to show you. So if it's stored in YouTube, typically the URL is the faster way to get it into the system. But if it's on your desktop, you can always navigate and choose a file that way. So what I want to show you next is how to export your job. So once your job's finished, you can
Ron, we can't hear you.
Are you able to hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, sorry about that. So let me just go back to the main screen. What we're showing here is how to export files once a job's finished. So what you can do is you can hover over the text box or the checkbox here. You can select one file. You can multi-select, and then you're able to choose the export option on the upper right-hand side here, and then choose the proper file format. So let's say you're going to YouTube, we can use SRT or VTT. So I'll choose SRT here. It's boxed and highlighted, and then I'll hit export. So that'll export my jobs this way. Another way to export your jobs is by clicking on the job itself. So let's say we'll use this file that we just uploaded as an example. By clicking on that file name, it then takes us to an editable version of the captions or transcripts themselves. This processor works just like a word processor here. You can highlight, delete, type. You can also use Control F for find and replace, Command C, copy paste. And then if you choose Command plus here, there's a couple additional keyboard shortcuts as well. So this is the exact same interface that our human transcribers will use. And you can get savvy. You can learn how to play pause using Alt Space. Some of the cool functions, besides just the keyboard shortcuts, are the ability to increase and decrease playback speed. So if you're ever editing a file and need to slow it down in order to hear a word, you're able to do that. If there were inaudibles in this file, by going to the top here, I would be able to navigate to those inaudibles by hitting next, and it would bring me to where that inaudible appeared, and I could listen, see if I can tell what that word is, or just quickly delete it. Another great function is that as you're reading your transcript to make edits, wherever you move your cursor, let's move it here, you'll notice that the audio script at the top moved to where your cursor was. Oh, sorry about that. So you're able to get to the audio and you can hit play.
Don't forget the before and after concept, because this is about how you.
So that way you can listen along as you're making your edits, and then when you're done, you'll notice that at the top here it says saved in blue. I can also export a file through this interface by hitting export up here, and same way, choosing, let's say this one I just want a Word doc transcript. I can click that Word doc and I'm good to go and export it. All right, so let's go back to the main screen here. Some other functionality that's great to know is you'll notice wherever we are within the platform, in the bottom left-hand corner, it's going to pop up in a second here again, is going to be a chat bubble. You have direct access to the Verbit support team, so if you ever do have any issues, you need some technical help, something's not working the way you expect it to, you can hit chat in the bottom corner here, and then one of our agents will be able to get back to you within typically under 5 minutes to help you out there. So we'll just ask for your name, quick brief message, and you'll be able to chat directly with our support team. And that is effectively the Verbit side of the platform. Was there anything, any questions, anything that would be helpful for me to go over again?
I'm gonna, can I share my screen? I'm gonna show the workflow as to what,
Absolutely.
so I've talked to the division chairs and they have given me a list of people to add, and I've already added some people, but we didn't want to add 300 people at one time. So I'm going to show my screen to, so you can understand what I'm talking about. Can you guys see this?
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so once the division chair has told me that they would like this instructor to be added as a user, I will send this email, which is saying that that I've added you, and you would receive an email from Verbit containing a link to set up your account. Then after uploading a video for transcription, please allow 1 to 2 working days to be processed and then approved by me, and then additionally 1 to 2 working days for it to be transcribed by Verbit. Now that may be a faster process, but since we may have 80 to 150 videos that I need to approve, it may take some time. And if there's an urgent request, you can please reach out to me, and I can, if it has to do with an accommodation, then I can put that request over maybe some of the other ones. And we're focusing on captional instructional videos for fall courses as of right now. So there will be stuff for committees to be added down the road, from my understanding, but we are just focusing on instructional videos. Okay, let me stop sharing. Do we have any questions at this time? Oh, we have a chat. Oh, we have a thumbs up. Awesome. Thank you. Do we have any other questions on how this works? Anything we would like Regana to go over again? Please just let me know.
Yeah, Matt. This is Fernando, by the way.
Okay.
The email that you sent at the end of July for us to set a password into, for those of us who you gave access to, I looked into it in my files, and it seems like it's not unique towards you. It looks like is it my understanding right that it's everybody is dumping into one Verbit account?
Yes.
So
Everyone has their own login.
yes, but I guess what I'm saying is it looks like the transcription jobs is for everybody that has permission to be into it. Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Now I can't. I've been setting up
I
later
guess
down
I'm
the
wondering
road.
if I send you like a bunch of jobs at once, is that going to like clutter the screen for everybody else as well, or?
Rihanna could help me with this answer, but I think it would be. I can set up with departments, so you could only see your department jobs.
Okay.
Right, yeah, it would be by department, so you'd only see jobs that are within your department. And then what you could do is utilize those labels in order to either label it by your own videos or your course videos, however you think makes sense. Because what you can actually do too is click on those labels and it'll provide you with a filtered view of all the files there.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I'm sure it'll make a lot more sense when I start playing around with it and start uploading stuff to it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Awesome. Very good. Thank you.
No problem. Do you have any other questions at this time? I'm sure we have some questions. This is really new.
I just logged in as well, and I'm seeing a lot of things in there that are English 002. So I was kind of wondering, kind of like Fernando was asking, if we're going to see everybody's video uploads.
So let me share my screen, so I know what you're talking about, but I thought I was able to fix that. Okay, can you see this?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Rihanna, is that because there's not permissions in there?
Right, so if a file doesn't have a permission associated with it, then it would appear for everybody.
And you can go in there and add, so like if you don't put permission, you can go in and add later. That's correct, right?
Correct.
Okay. So once we put permissions on the videos, then that would be able to, you'll only be able to see the ones that you put permissions on. Okay. Do we have any other questions of how it works, or?
So just to follow up on that question, is the instructor supposed to put permissions?
Yep, I was answering while muted. So now
Okay.
how it's going to work is when an instructor's account's created, they'll have a permission assigned to them. So when that instructor uploads a file, it's automatically going to get the same permission as them.
That's weird because I put in this bio for Brittany and Dan, I put a permission for science, I think.
Okay, let me double check for you because I can check the account settings and make sure we got that all ready to go.
Okay. That'd be great. Thank you.
Oh, no worries.
Yeah, because I guess my main concern is that I'm going to be, I have all of my classes for the fall already pre-made, and I was going to throw a bunch of them in there, as in, like, a bunch of videos. And I'd hate for me to, like, totally dominate the screen and people have to scroll a mile to get to theirs, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, Hilda Marie has a very interesting question, too, in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Okay, seeing the chat question here there. About are there any metrics on how good the Verbit AI transcription captioning is for non-native English speakers? We don't have specific metrics regarding non-native English speakers. However, since it is the AI plus the humans, because we're really good. We have the humans listening over to make those corrections to maybe some of the words the AI may not be able to pick up on. So typically you are going to see that 99% accuracy for any of the jobs you submit to us. Although if it is something that may be a little bit of a thicker accent that our transcribers can't detect, maybe a little bit lower, but all in all, you should be close to that 99%.
Yes, and my first video I submitted, I was mumbling a lot, so I had some inaudibles. So I would say that's important, just to pronounce your words or to slow down. No problem. Do we have any other questions?
I'm sorry to
gonna have
keep
you
going
out.
back to this, but
Nope.
so at this point, should they wait until they're not seeing all those other courses before they upload, or so that you have time to put the permissions in? Or what should we do moving forward? Because I know I've got plenty of people in math that are ready to upload videos.
I can answer this too, but I don't think it's going to affect anything because I can put a permission in after, if that makes sense.
I was just taking a look. Does look like there's a couple users in the platform that don't have permissions assigned to them. Not too many though. So may just want to double check on some of those.
Yeah, I'll go in after this and make sure I add permissions to certain people that aren't.
Okay, yeah, and I did see there was a setting in the back end that hadn't been enabled for your permissions to work the way we discussed, so I just enabled that too. So we should be all set from that perspective.
Okay, so let me see something. So if I share my screen, it wouldn't be a good idea because I'm the admin user, so I can see everyone's job. That's correct, Brianna, right?
Correct. Yep, you'll be able to see every single job.
That would be probably a bad sample for you guys because then you'd see the same thing that you're seeing now.
Okay, yeah, Rihanna, I can see what you did because I just refreshed my screen and now I'm seeing no transcript jobs on my end.
Okay, perfect.
Awesome.
So this means that once I start uploading my own mass amounts of videos to this, then I should only be seeing mine by itself.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Okay,
You're amazing. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Great.
It sounded like we may have had a setting there missing.
Yes.
No, it happens it happens all the time. Trust me, I'm guilty of that a bunch.
And I love when it's just a checkbox and an easy fix that we can figure out on these calls together.
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
So today, instructors could start uploading videos. Is that correct?
The ones that have been added to as users.
If they are a user, if they've gotten the permission from their chair and sent to you, so if they can see, if they're in Verbit like Fernando, he could upload some.
Absolutely. Yep. They
Okay.
can, for sure. And yes, Devon, that's okay. Devana has made a video as well on how to, because she put some videos in before and on how, so I can send that out as well on just another resource that you can refer to.
Great. That's perfect. Thank you.
Yep. No problem. Devana's going to put them in the chat, looks like. Thanks so much. Do we have any other questions that we want to address?
No, I think we're good. Like I said, we're good to contact you all if we have any questions after we start doing this, right?
Absolutely, yes. You can contact me, and you can even they have that 24/6 chat box as well. I've actually went into the chat box, and they'll send you a Zoom link and figure out. You can show them their screen, and they're really great with helping you to figure out if you're having any trouble as well. But I'm open to someone calling me or doing a Teams meeting as well. But in case I'm on the other line or in a meeting with a student, that's another place that you could go.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Matt. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. If we don't have any questions, I think I'm gonna get done a little early for you guys. I'm gonna be the favorite, I think, for the 115.
Yeah, I was like, you just gave everyone 30 minutes back. I think, Matt, you're getting a gold star for the day.
Right.
Well, thank you guys. It was great speaking with you today.
Yeah, thank you,
Yeah,
Rihanna. Thanks
thank
for
you.
coming over and helping us.
Absolutely, my pleasure. Have a great rest of your day.
All right, y'all too.
Thanks.